Good afternoon. My name is Gina Paduano Ralph, and I am the lead scientist with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Jacksonville District. Today, I will provide you a brief overview of restoration, coordination, verification, otherwise known as RECOVER. Today's presentation will focus on what is RECOVER, what are the functions and roles of RECOVER, what are core RECOVER tasks, what products did RECOVER produce in 2020, and what products will RECOVER produce in 2021 and 2022. So what is RECOVER? RECOVER is a multi-agency team of scientists, modelers, planners, and resource specialists who organize and apply scientific and technical information in ways that are essential in supporting the objectives of the Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, or CERP. The RECOVER team conducts scientific and technical evaluations and assessments for improving CERP's ability to restore, preserve, and protect the South Florida ecosystem while providing for the region's other water-related needs. RECOVER applies a system-wide perspective to the planning and implementation of CERP and communicates and coordinates the results of these evaluations and assessments to managers, decision makers, and the public. RECOVER is comprised of 10 federal and state agencies, along with the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians of Florida and the Seminole Tribe of Florida. So what are the functions and roles of RECOVER? RECOVER takes a system-wide perspective to CERP implementation. RECOVER is collaborative and consensus-based. RECOVER ensures CERP implementation is guided by the best available science. There are three major components to RECOVER: assessment, evaluation, and planning. As part of assessment, RECOVER measures performance of projects through research and monitoring. As part of evaluation, RECOVER forecasts project performance through predictive modeling and performance measures. And as part of planning, RECOVER integrates with the project delivery teams throughout project planning, design, and implementation. So what are the core RECOVER tasks? Interagency and interdisciplinary scientific coordination. We have a RECOVER leadership group comprised of members from the 10 federal and state agencies, along with the 2 tribes, who communicate science and offer a consensus-based solutions and recommendations. We have a RECOVER executive committee, which deals with the day-to-day operations and administrative functions of RECOVER and ensures that RECOVER is producing work plan deliverables in a timely fashion. We also have our regional coordinators and our task leads, who are the workhorses of RECOVER. Of the 4 regions, the regional coordinators and task team leads are key in the development of performance measures, adaptive management, ensuring contract deliverables as part of our monitoring assessment plan, and a variety of other functions. And of course, we have the principal investigators who are out there in the field doing the research and monitoring. RECOVER also supports the science coordination group. RECOVER loves to come and talk to CISREP as part of your biannual reviews. And RECOVER ensures that sound science is used in decision making. The next 2, adaptive assessment and monitoring and project delivery team support, are highlighted in blue and will be the focus of the next few slides. In addition, RECOVER has annual reporting requirements as well as communication to ensure that the science research monitoring is communicated to other scientists, communicated to decision makers, communicated to managers, as well as to the general public. Okay, so what are core RECOVER tasks? So the first one I want to go over is adaptive assessment and monitoring. The purpose of the Adaptive Assessment and Monitoring Program is to develop and implement an appropriate ecological monitoring program in order to establish pre-restoration environmental conditions and track and define ecological response as restoration progresses. Adaptive assessment and management provides the science perspective necessary to prudently ensure projects meet intended objectives and to guide planning and operations in order to maximize benefits to the natural system. The monitoring and assessment plan is the primary tool by which Recover assesses SERP performance. The scientific and technical information generated from implementation of the monitoring and assessment plan is organized to provide a process for Recover to evaluate SERP performance and system responses and to produce assessment reports and a system status report which describes and interpret those responses. The overarching goal for implementation of the monitoring and assessment plan is to have a single integrated monitoring and assessment plan that will be used and supported by all participating agencies and tribal governments as the means of tracking and measuring the performance of SERP. The information gleaned from the monitoring and assessment plan is included within a system status report and also helps to inform the reports to Congress. Another core task of Recover that I'd like to provide an overview today is project delivery team support. So Recover supports all life cycles of a project, from planning to design to construction to operations and maintenance. And so as part of the core Recover tasks and our support to these project delivery teams, during the planning phase, Recover has 7 key areas in which Recover inserts Recover science as well as Recover recommendations. So at the very beginning of a project, during the scoping phase, Recover will have input into the project management plan, which defines the scope of the activities. Recover will also provide an overview presentation to project delivery team members so they understand the roles and responsibilities of Recover in implementation of SERP. Recover also assists with system-wide modeling assumption and recommends tools, performance measures, and modeling tools that can be used for evaluation. Recover also performs a consistency review of project performance measures. Recover evaluates alternative plans. Recover also participates in development and provides a review of project monitoring and adaptive management plans. And finally, Recover provides input into the draft operations manual as part of the planning phase. So Recover support does not end at the planning phase. Recover, as I said, provides life cycle support to the projects. So as part of project implementation, we've divided it into the design, the construction, and then the operations phase. And as you can see, Recover has a role during each of those phases. So as part of design, Recover is looking at a crosswalk with the monitoring and assessment plan and reviewing the monitoring that will be conducted as part of the individual project. Recover will also review ecological, hydrologic, water quality data that comes as part of the testing phase for the operations. And then during construction, Recover will be there every step of the way to help ensure that science is incorporated into construction and we have the right monitoring on the ground. And then finally, during the operations and maintenance phase, we provide a support for adaptive management in which we're looking at project performance, we're looking at uncertainties, we're looking at the monitoring and ensuring that if we're not meeting the expected project performance, that we offer courses of action, solutions, management measures to get the project back on track as part of that adaptive management and learning process. All right, so what are some of the key products that Recover produced in 2020? And one of the main products that Recover did produce is the Interim Goals and Interim Targets report. I did include a website on the slide, and I do encourage all of you to take a look at the Interim Goals and Interim Targets as part of SERP implementation. The other two are performance measures. Recover worked on updating the performance measures for both the Lake Okeechobee stage envelope as well as for the Northern Estuary salinity envelope. So those were key accomplishments in addition to all of those other core tasks that Recover does on an annual basis that occurred in 2020. Okay. So what products will Recover produce in 2021 and 2022? So Recover has continued to revise our conceptual ecological models and our hypothesis clusters. So the Recover models were first published in 2005. And since 2005, as you might imagine, there has been a lot of information that has been learned from research and monitoring as part of Recover's mission, but also as part of other South Florida ecosystem restoration initiatives. New problems and issues have emerged, so we have new uncertainties and we have new science to address those uncertainties. Restoration activities have been better defined, and we do acknowledge the need to update our monitoring and assessment plan to determine priorities for funding to ensure that we're addressing those new or high uncertainties. And then it just puts the basic understanding of the system into one document. Okay. What else will Recover conquer in 2021 and 2022? So Recover will conduct and author a technical evaluation to help understand the progress of restoration by comparing the future with SERP conditions and the pre-SERP baseline. And as part of this technical evaluation, climate change and sea level rise will be considered. Recover will use the performance measures and the modeling tools that have been developed over the past 15 years based upon the scientific information collected as part of the map. And Recover will commence this technical evaluation in October of this year with it to be concluded around the June 2023 timeframe. And then finally, Recover will undertake a series of topic workshops, and these topic workshops will be focused on hot topics. The products that will be produced will be a hot topic relevant summary. That summary will identify relevant databases, manuscripts, and reports. It will also report on the workshop findings and make recommendations for future monitoring and or modeling. One of the other products that's quite exciting is an educational video. This educational video will document in a humanistic and interesting way the key findings, uncertainties, and solutions associated with each topic workshops. So some of the potential topics that Recover is exploring for these workshops include how and why do you build a tree island? And this will be extremely relevant as the design and construction for the Central Everglades planning project continues. We will also be looking at whether salinity is really the best performance measure for Florida Bay. Do we have some new tools that we may use to measure restoration of the bay? We will also be looking at vulnerability and resilience. As you may know, Recover contracted with USGS to perform a vulnerability analysis, and this will identify next steps that came from that analysis. We will also be looking at active and passive adaptive management, where, how, and when, and this will be key as more SERP projects are constructed and become operational. We will look at whether the food web is changing, and if so, what might be done about it. And this will have a particular emphasis on wading birds and their prey. And then finally, can harmful algal blooms be predicted and managed, and can SERP actually reduce the occurrence of harmful algal blooms? So these are some of the potential topics under discussion by Recover for our hot topic workshops. And with that, I will conclude. Thank you for your time and listening to my overview of Recover. Thank you.